Gerald Barnes claims his former employee damaged an expensive carpet cleaning machine. Sylvia Lewis says she told the plaintiff that the machine was leaking, but he did nothing. Ms. Lewis is countersuing for $600.
Mr. Barnes, you are suing Ms. Lewis for $2,317 in damages that you say are her fault to equipment. She's your former employee. You are counterclaiming against him $600 in wages that he has withheld. Let's hear from you first. What happened?
Yes, ma'am. I am a recovering addict that recently started a cleaning business. It's been about 2 years since it's been going. I go out of my way to make sure I'm hiring people, give them second chances in regards to, recovery and all that stuff, because someone gave me a second chance one time and it really changed my life, and I'm just trying to pay it forward in regards to that. The reason we're unfortunately here today is because Miss Lewis, she's been a great employee for me for the past 5 months, but the past 3 weeks it's been kind of rough, and I fear that she might have relapsed.
Why?
Well, the thing is, just from my experience, I'm pretty good with people. And, it's just the fact that she wasn't showing up for anything.
Did you ever talk to her and say, why didn't you show up?
I tried to. The thing is, she just kind of came in one day and was telling me that the job's too hard, but I'm just trying to hold her accountable, Your Honor.
Is that the reason you think she's using? Because she quit? Because she thought the job was too hard?
No, it's not that. I mean, it is...
Does she do offices or houses? What were you doing?
I was doing a combination of the two.
So how many sites did you have her going to each day?
3 sites a day.
Okay, and according to you?
Here's where things get murky. Sylvia disputes the daily work volume and reveals she sometimes splits jobs with others, dropping her take-home pay significantly. She's clocking in fewer jobs but is expected to deliver the same level of effort. This opens a legal gray area. Was she properly classified as an independent contractor? Because under labor laws, misclassification could lead to wage violations. If you're an employer or an employee, this part matters. Get your contracts tight and expectations clear. Would you keep working under unclear or unfair pay conditions?
Was it 3 sites a day?
It was absolutely not. He kind of, he works with a lot of halfway houses and transitional living programs, and we were told that it was 3 houses a day, which at $60 times 3 obviously would be $180 a day, but it's 1, maximum 2 a day. And sometimes we work with other people, so we have to split those wages entirely.
So how was it too burdensome then? It sounds like it's not enough work from what you're saying.
Well, it varies. So sometimes I'll have another person working with me.
Or are you saying that it's just too much work for the little pay?
Exactly. It's not enough pay for how much energy and work we put into exerting on a daily basis.
What happened with the, he says you broke his machine.
Yes, there was a crack in the water tank.
How did you find that out?
Well, I had initially told him that I thought something was wrong with the water tank because it was dripping liquid, and he told me not to worry about it because sometimes, after every time we're cleaning, I clean out all the equipment and maintain it and inspect it and make sure everything's clean, and it was dripping water, and he told me not to worry about it.
Did you see a crack in it?
I didn't see a crack in it. I just saw that it was dripping water. And when I brought it to his attention, which is what we're told to do in our employee handbook, he told me not to worry about it.
When did you bring it to his attention?
I brought it to his attention a few months ago.
Did you keep using it after that?
I kept using it after that, and it wasn't leaking as far as I was concerned until the actual leak happened.
Problem.
Yes.
And so tell me about what happened that day.
That day, I was working with another coworker of mine, and we were cleaning one of the carpets that we clean a lot of carpets. And so essentially what happened was it started leaking dirty condensed water, and we decided we would use his machine instead of my machine. And right away, which is under our company's rule book, I told him about it immediately.
And what did he say?
He's proceeded to blame me for the entire thing, even though I'd brought the leak to his attention initially. And all I can really do, this equipment is 5 years old. If you were to buy it through the company, you have a warranty that's up to 2 years. So, to me, he has no business insurance. He's not renewing warranties. I can't be held entirely responsible for the malfunctioning of a machine. I did everything that was required.
Did you do anything to break the...
I did nothing to break the machine, Your Honor.
Okay. What leads you to the conclusion that she did something that broke the machine?
Okay, well, the thing is, when checking the machine to make sure it's working correctly, there is a water reservoir that you do have to change, right? And that leads, to some water coming out of the machine, and then...
She told you that it was leaking.
Right.
And you told her, don't worry about it?
Correct. Because
Okay.
the thing is...
And then later on, something happened, and it seems like people should have worried about it?
Well, the thing is, Your Honor, I have some evidence here saying...
So Gerald brings in photos of dirty carpet water as his smoking gun. But here's the legal twist. Dirty water is supposed to be in a carpet cleaner. That's the point of the machine. Unless you can prove that the leak was caused by negligence, this kind of visual evidence is weak. The judge sees right through it. And did you notice? Even Gerald admits Sylvia told him about the issue. That's a self-inflicted wound to his own claim. Have you ever tried to prove a point and accidentally proved the opposite?
Here saying, showing that this is not just regular water. This is concentrated.
Let me see that.
This is concentrated dirty water due to a buildup inside of the machine.
How is this
itself.
going to tell me what you're saying? I thought this... What is this?
Oh, that shows that on their way here. Can you give her this too as well, please? I'm sorry about that, Your Honor.
Yeah, but what is that? What am I looking at?
That's a concentrated dirty water.
Is this a carpet?
That's a carpet, yes,
Is
ma'am.
this the customer's carpet
That's the
where the big spill happened?
Yes.
Correct.
And
that
then
is-
I'm supposed to look at that and know this isn't just water, it's what?
It's concentrated dirty water.
Well, what do you think is going to spill out of the container but concentrated dirty water?
Well, correct. I mean, if it was working properly, if it was brought to my attention earlier.
Wait, she did bring it. You just admitted that she brought it to your attention and you said don't worry about it. Did
Right.
you inspect the machine at that point?
At that point, I did, Your Honor. However, the thing was...
Did you find anything wrong with it?
I did not at the time.
How was she supposed to?
Coming up on Justice for the People.
So they tried to finish a job with that machine.
Right.
So really, tú no pintas nada, as we say in Spanish. You don't paint anything in that picture.
And later,
I think it's really sad that we find ourselves here. Did she charge you for planning the funeral?
No, Your Honor.
No. Right. She did it out of the goodness of her heart because she loved your wife.
Boom! Affidavit drop. Gerald's own employee, Jason Charles, confirms the machine was already cracked and advised Sylvia to stop using it. This document might be the turning point of the case. It shows Sylvia didn't cause the damage, acknowledged the issue, and acted responsibly. From a legal standpoint, this is a credibility bombshell, and Gerald brought it in himself. Hot take. Should affidavits be considered stronger than live testimony? Drop your thoughts below.
Was there someone with her?
At the time, yes, ma'am.
And is that person an employee of yours?
Yeah, he is. I actually have an affidavit.
Oh, let's see.
from him,
Let's
yes.
see.
Thank you. Okay. Because his name is Jason Charles.
During the course of our work, Sylvia Lewis used her carpet cleaning machine, which unfortunately started leaking dirty water, staining the carpet. I inspected the machine and identified that the water tank was cracked, causing the leakage. I informed her about the issue and that the machine would need replacement. I advised her against using the compromised equipment as it would result in further damage. You ever use the equipment again?
No, I didn't use the equipment again. I mean,
Okay.
he goes on to say, I acknowledge the issue, and we used a different machine.
Yeah.
I don't know what else.
And then you
supposed
guys
to do.
weren't able to, I mean, what's the big deal? Why weren't you guys able to, apparently you couldn't clean the dirty water out of the carpet with his machine. It's just dirty water. I don't know why it wouldn't come out with his machine.
Because it had leaked so much water, there was some oversaturation issue.
Okay. And
He's saying, again, that I'm responsible for that, even though it has to do with the leak.
okay, but your employee doesn't say that she did anything wrong.
Well, the thing is, for me, it's the breach of contract because it was her machine. They are hired as independent contractors.
Can I see the agreement you have with her, the independent
Yes, ma'am.
contractor again?
But
Let me see that.
But the thing is, Your Honor, that it is her duty to, if something is wrong with
But
the
she
machine.
did. That's the part I don't understand. You
Okay.
say it's her duty to tell me if something's wrong. She did tell you that something was
Right.
wrong. You looked at it.
I looked
and-
at. Okay, go ahead.
You looked at it,
Sorry.
and when was that in relation to when this job happens that stains the
This
carpet?
was like the first like month or two that
Okay.
I actually
And did
gave
you
her
ever
the
look at it
machine.
again?
No, because
Okay.
it wasn't brought to my
All right,
attention.
and
Can I
did
say
it ever
something?
leak between month 1 or 2 and month 5 when
It
it
had
leaked?
no
that-
issues, Your Honor, which could be evidenced by the fact that all the other jobs I
Yeah, there wasn't
cleaned,
anything
there were no
wrong
leaks.
any other time. So where? I guess that's if after this day she had gone somewhere else and used the machine, I would understand your lawsuit. What I don't understand is why you're not only withholding 10 paychecks from her, but you're also on top of that suing her for another $2,000 because she's got to pay for the machine when you have zero evidence that she handled it negligently.
Here's where Gerald's argument crashes. He withheld 10 paychecks and still wants $2,317 in damages without evidence she caused the harm. That's double dipping, and judges don't like it. The law requires employers to show cause for withholding wages. Without negligence, photos, or a contract violation, it starts looking like retaliation. And Sylvia? She kept working, followed the handbook, and stopped using the machine when told. Would you sue your boss if they withheld your paycheck? Yes or no?
Report any malfunctions or issues to the supervisor immediately. Did you fail to do that at any time?
I did not,
You
Your
did that at
Honor.
the beginning when it happened the one time?
He
and
admits
then you
himself.
did that after it happened this time. So what did she do wrong?
As you can see, the second piece of evidence I gave you, the second picture, Your Honor. Yeah, you can see clearly that the carpet is, it's like it bubbles up. You can see it because that only happens when you oversaturate the carpet. That is not.
Right, but how do you know how long that took?
That takes over a while, and that actually takes. That's a.
How long do you think that woman spent cleaning that one piece of carpet?
No, I understand that, but my training is literally saying that there's a way to do it the right way, and that, Your Honor, is.
So
is not the right
literally,
way to do
in
it.
your mind, every single employee of yours who has, where one of your machines malfunctions, it's going to be their fault.
No. Okay, my thing is, in our loaner agreement, it was, you know, if the machine stopped working, she should have let me know.
She did tell you. She told you in January, and she told you again when this happened. Where else was she supposed to tell you?
So when that happens, you're supposed to, like, well, let me know. Okay, hear me out, right?
Yeah.
So I can come out and replace it or give her another machine.
She didn't need you to do that because, and that's not in your handbook, by the way, but she didn't need you to do that because there was another guy with her who had a machine.
Right.
So they tried to finish a job with that machine.
Right.
So really, tú no pintas nada, as we say in Spanish. You don't paint anything in that picture.
Okay.
You're
I see what
you're
you're
not
saying.
an artist in that realm.
Right.
So they took care of it as best they could. And then as it turns out, one of your machines is 5 years old.
Right.
And I don't know in the industry if that makes it an antique.
And just like that, case closed. Judge Milan goes straight for the jugular. No evidence, no misbehavior, no negligence. She calls out Gerald's flawed logic, his 5-year-old equipment, and reminds the court that being frustrated isn't the same as being right. Legally, the judge highlights reasonable reporting, lack of clear wrongdoing, and credible witness support. Ruling, $600 to Sylvia, and not a cent to Gerald. Lesson learned. If you don't maintain your equipment and ignore your own handbook, don't expect the court to have your back.
Right.
Or not. I know it's double the warranty because I saw the information you gave me on the machine. The warranty's only 2 years. I just don't see how you have any evidence that this is her fault. Now, on your counterclaim against him, he withheld $600 from you of your paycheck?
Yeah, from 10 different jobs that I did because of damages.
Right. Since I'm finding that you don't have any evidence,
Hold on,
including
Your
the best evidence for her is the affidavit you gave me of your employee. Because one would think that if there was evidence against her,
The employer
it would be from that employee. And on the contrary, he just says, it broke, we stopped, and we used mine.
I agree.
Yeah, it doesn't nowhere does it say she was running around with it like a lampshade on her head after smoking pot. Nothing. There's nothing about you misusing the machine or anything else. On your lawsuit against her, 0. For the same reason, on her lawsuit against you, I am ruling in her favor in the amount of the $600.
All rise.
Judge Milian has ruled in favor of the defendant. The plaintiff owes $600.
Any last remarks for each other?
I knew this cleaning company was doing dirty business.
Yeah, I just, you know, I was just trying to do a community service to somebody, and apparently I'm not I'm not good at it, so.
Coming up,
And I seen that he was so distressed that I took it upon myself to really want to help him plan the funeral.
Half the guest list that I invited was not there, and then half the guest list, I had no idea who these people were.
Ellie Park claims the husband of her deceased friend was overwhelmed with grief, so she offered to plan the funeral. Harrison Benton says Miss Park invited people he didn't know and spent more than his budget allowed.
Ms. Park, you are suing Mr. Benton for $1,000 that you say he is responsible for because he promised to pay the expenses and he hasn't. Tell me what happened here.
His wife passed away last year, unfortunately, and
I'm sorry for your loss.
And now we pivot from carpet cleaning to cremation costs. Ellie Park takes the stand saying she stepped in to help a grieving friend plan a funeral. She planned the service, got the venue, and made it happen. But now, surprise, he doesn't want to pay the final invoice. Emotion meets obligation here. Funeral planning isn't just logistics, it's loaded with grief, expectations, and unspoken boundaries. This one's going to get delicate, because grief often clouds judgment. If a friend offered to help plan something while you were grieving, Would you expect full control?
She was a friend of yours too, right?
Yes, she was my former theater professor when I was a freshman in college. And so the day I came to visit him and Susan, he told me that Susan had passed away, and I seen that he was so distressed that I took it upon myself to really want to help him plan the funeral.
And he said, yeah?
Yes.
To do that?
Yes, and he said he would pay for it.
He would pay for it and you would prepare it?
Yes.
Tell me what you planned.
The service, we had to plan it. We planned it at the theater that she loved, which was the El Royale Theater. I had to plan the flowers. I wanted to make programs, curate a list of people that she's impacted, like her theater students. So that night, it was beautiful. It was so many people showed up, and it was kind of a celebration of life, you know, exactly like Susan would have wanted.
But you got a bill from the venue saying, hey, you guys went over, so you owe us another $1,000.
Yes, they emailed me the next day.
Okay, and that's what you're here in court suing about because he refused to pay it.
Yes, he refuses to pay.
Did he tell you why?
He's just saying that I didn't plan it the way he would have liked it, and he's saying that I'm selfish for planning it in a way that he thinks it's more for me than for him.
Coming up,
She comes up and she taps me and says, hey, Vince, we have to have everybody out by 9 p.m.
Well,
Of course,
you knew that, though, because it was from 6 to 9.
I didn't know that.
we're back with the case of Ellie Park, who brought Harrison Benton to court over funeral expenses.
Mr. Benton, what's going on?
Half the guest list that I invited was not there, and then half the guest list, I had no idea who these people were. Of course, everybody was smiling, and there was some great tributes that they gave, but again, I didn't know half of these people.
Right, but there is none so blind as he who will not see. You were in your moment of grief. You didn't want to be involved in the planning of the funeral. So you kind of left all of that in her hands. You gave her a list of who you wanted included, but you didn't say these and only these are the people who you will be inviting. You didn't ask for editorial.
Let's be clear, Harrison didn't give Ellie a budget. He approved the venue. He even paid $7,200 up front. So why backpedal over an extra $1,000? Here's the legal tension. If you delegate the task without cost controls or pre-approvals, you might be on the hook for the result, even if it's pricier than you expected. This boils down to contract by conduct. He didn't want the details until the invoice hit his inbox. Should good faith agreements be enforceable even without paperwork?
Anything. You left everything in her hands. Am I wrong about that?
You're correct, Your Honor. But it's safe to say that it would have been good to have the people that were on my list there.
What makes you think they weren't invited? Is there anyone from his list that you did not invite?
I invited everybody, but Your Honor, to mention it was a Monday night.
Okay.
So,
And it was a Monday night because that's the venue he wanted.
yes, that was the venue he wanted.
Right. Why is it that she should eat the $1,000, do you think?
Well, Your Honor, if I may show you, the Venmos that I was happy to pay to the tune of $7,200, when as soon as it was requested, I paid it. Now, this is a planning error. This isn't about the money error. She planned the funeral. It was from 6 to 9. Now, let's say we're at the procession there, and she comes up and she taps me and says, hey, Vince, we have to have everybody out by 9 p.m.
Well, you knew that, though, because it was from 6 to 9.
I didn't know that. No, I didn't find out it was 6 to 9 until the next day. I stayed till 11:30, thinking everything was hunky-dory.
Did you ever tell him that it was from 6 to 9?
I mean, the service we planned was to 6 to 9.
Did the invitation say 6 to 9, or?
It just said doors open at 6.
Okay.
Judge Million's verdict, when justice for the people returns.
Did you ever tell him, like he's saying, hey, the venue is paid for till 9, we have to hustle everybody out of here unless we're willing to, because you know they were going to charge you extra if you stayed extra.
Yeah, I guess it slipped in my mind during the day of that they did charge extra. They were going to charge extra until I got the bill the next day. During the moment, you know, we're trying our best to get through the day.
In the courtroom's most emotional moment, the judge calls it like it is. Ellie did this out of love, not profit. No budget, no micromanagement. Just a woman trying to honor her friend's memory. And now Harrison wants editorial rights after the fact. The judge doesn't buy it, and neither should we. Result, another ruling for the plaintiff. Another reminder that being overwhelmed doesn't cancel responsibility. Can you truly fault someone for doing too much when you gave them full trust?
When did the details become something that you needed to pre-approve? Because it doesn't appear like you wanted any pre-approval of anything. I think it's really sad that we find ourselves here.
Absolutely.
Because did she charge you for planning the funeral?
No, Your Honor.
No?
Right. She did it out of the goodness of her heart because she loved your wife. You had no budget. You didn't give her a budget. No matter what she had presented to you, you were going to pay it. And then somehow afterwards, after you paid it, you're like, no, but that is too much. But this wouldn't be too much. But if you presented 10 grand, I would have paid that too. You have no idea how much money has been spent planning it. You didn't want to know. And now all of a sudden you want editorial discretion over how long it lasts, how much it costs, and now all of a sudden it's too much. I'm not buying it, and I'm going to order you to pay the $1,000 to the plaintiff.
All rise.
Judge Millian has ruled in favor of the plaintiff. The defendant owes $1,000.
2 cases. 2 rulings. 1 powerful theme: accountability matters. In the first, we saw a boss let emotion override logic and pay the price in court. In the second, grief and miscommunication turned into a $1,000 courtroom clash. Judge Milan didn't just hand down verdicts, she handed out life lessons. So what do you think? Were these fair rulings? Would you have acted differently in either case? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. And hey, if you found this case as shocking as we did, make sure to hit that like button, share your thoughts, and don't forget to subscribe for more jaw-dropping courtroom breakdowns. Justice is served every week. Don't miss the next one.